the floor of ITS World Congress, this is the Future of Mobility podcast series, conversations with the leaders redefining how the world moves, presented by the Transportation Channel in partnership with ITS America Events.
Welcome to the Transportation Channel podcast, presented in partnership with ITS America Events. I'm your host, Alan Cleland, and we're reporting from the heart of the ITS World Congress in Atlanta, Georgia, bringing you expert insights into the innovations, challenges, and solutions driving the future of mobility worldwide. Could we please start our little chat here by you giving a brief introduction of yourself and your position at MaxCell?
Absolutely. So I've been in the industry for over 25 years, serving mostly in the electrical and telecommunications products. And I've been with MaxCell for 14 years, and I serve as their sales manager for all their US-based business.
Thanks, Todd. And acting as the sales manager, can you talk about MaxCell's products and approach to the transportation market?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a pathway creation solution company, and we make a patented flexible fabric interduct that's used to deploy fiber optic cable in underground conduit structure. And that product is used widely in all segments of the telecommunications industry, including the transportation industry.
Will your presence here help educate agencies as well as design firms with aspects of the communications design and construction?
It will, certainly. So we are exhibiting here at booth 1054, and we have demonstrations for all of our products available to the attendees. And we work in conjunction with a lot of government, local, and state entities. And we also work with consulting and engineering firms. A lot of them are also exhibiting here. So if you're in attendance at the show, please stop by our booth.
Excellent. What do you have on your booth? Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, so we have our core flexible fabric interduct product, MaxCell Edge, which is used predominantly for outside plant conduit applications. We have our MaxCell Edge detectable, which is used to tone out and locate fiber optic cables in underground conduit. We have our MaxCell Premise, which is primarily used inside buildings, which is UL listed and plenum and riser rated. We have a product called MaxWrap, which is a single-step cable deployment solution. And we have a service called MaxSpace, which is a no-dig conduit space recovery system.
So this is a whole range of products that are applicable for existing installations of conduit, as well as to be taken into account for future installations?
It's a product portfolio, Alan, to allow our clients to maximize their existing and their new conduit structure.
Okay. So what do you see as key drivers in this market that you're servicing?
In the telecommunications market right now, emerging technologies is a big driver, specifically AI. I've also seen an increase in technology and manufacturing plants being built in the U.S. that have increased our business, specifically EV battery plants, semiconductor plants, electric vehicle plants.
Okay, yes. High communication needs there.
And then I think sustainability is also driving our business. MaxCell is very proud to have a product that has an 80% smaller carbon footprint than some of our competitive products.
80%, wow, goodness. So if we look at the transportation market specifically in terms of drivers and opportunities, such as smart cities or V2X networks, what do you see there as the main concerns and issues for the transportation market?
Yeah, so really, Alan, anywhere where there's a requirement to deploy fiber optic cable, there's an application for MaxCell. So we see projects related to tolling facilities, electronic tolling, camera systems, overhead vehicle detection systems, LiDAR, connected vehicles, variable message boards. There's a pretty long list of applications.
That's anything you've got to talk to.
Yes.
Yeah. But this, I mean, we generally think of the needs as being, okay, what's the capacity that I need for carrying data on this link?
Yeah.
But you go far beyond that with your products, looking at the construction of the conduit itself and protection for the conduit. Yeah.
We're trying to maximize space, Alan.
Okay.
And it's very limited.
Okay.
Right? So it's always a challenge for our clients to maximize their duct space and find solutions that facilitate a dig once or a no dig type initiative.
Yeah. Yes.
These types of things are very important for pedestrian and vehicle safety. So if you don't have to continue to dig up the ground and you can utilize your existing infrastructure, it's certainly a safer alternative than.
Yes, you said maximize
not.
space, but in fact it's get the maximum out of the limited space that is always there. There's always a space limitation one way or another. Yes. So if I've got a piece of conduit, I've got a duct and I've got some conduit in there. You have different products that enable you to maximize the capacity of the data that you're carrying through the existing plant?
Existing and new.
As well as replaced with much higher capacity conduit as well.
We have multiple configurations and sizes to accommodate just about any conduit or cable size.
Yeah, that's quite versatile, that really, isn't it? Having different sizes as well as configurations. And does this, if we look at the way that your product is constructed, or your different types of product are constructed, are the variations there as well in terms of the actual physical construction or protection around the data carrying conductors in there?
They are. They're all very similar in that they're made out of fabric, but there's different types of products that can be used for different applications.
Right.
Some lend themselves better to existing conduit structure, and some lend themselves better to new conduit structure. So some of the issues that we deal with now are related to the aging infrastructure of the U.S. roads, bridges, tunnels, and so we get a lot of opportunity to utilize our product in that space.
We've had a couple of companies that I've been talking to going around the Congress, and I talk to them about challenges, and a common agreement is there's so much infrastructure out there already to be maintained. Just maintaining the existing infrastructure is an issue, a big issue for many agencies. They're just not equipped for it. And here we all are talking about more data and more communication needs on top of what's already there that's problematic for many agencies to maintain. Do you see that as well when you're...
We do, in the sense that when you have older conduit structure and it becomes congested or obstructed, we help our clients remove traditional interduct that's not a fabric like MaxCell to create space in that conduit so they don't have to continue to dig or deploy new conduit.
Right.
But certainly with the emergent technology that we're seeing today and that we'll see tomorrow, there seems to be this need for more fiber constantly. I'm not sure how that, or if that is going to stop. So
is that do you see that in different industries, different sectors, or is that specific to transportation sector?
We see it certainly in the data center industry.
Oh yes.
So there's always projects in and around the area that I live in, which could be considered data center alley, where they're deploying multiple conduits to deploy new fiber optic cable.
I heard that term for the first time this week, data center alley, with respect to Virginia.
It's unlike any other place you'll ever see.
Yeah, I hadn't realized that there was such a high density of these new data centers, especially the ones to support AI.
Yeah.
With the tremendous demands that they have on the infrastructure. So you've got some solutions that will help with that.
We do. They're a little different than the ones that we offer to the transportation industry.
Okay.
Typically that that space uses larger diameter fiber optic cables, higher
So-
density.
So if I go on your booth, I'm going to see the products that you consider to be most relevant, of course, to the transportation industry.
You'll see them all.
You see
Alan.
them all
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. Do you have any examples of installations that have tackled specific problems that you'll think are common to other areas?
Yeah, I can cite some projects that we've worked on recently. We're doing some work at new terminals. We recently did a project where we went under the Hudson River for a dark fiber company, assisted with the deployment of their fiber optic cable. We've done projects over the Mississippi River. We've done tunnels in New York City. And really what it gets down to is our value proposition is maximizing your conduit space and providing pathway for future cable deployment. And that's why an end user, an agency, or a consulting firm that works for an agency would look to our product to find the solution.
Okay. I heard about a project in New Orleans that you were involved with, Crescent City Connection, is that it?
That was a bridge project that we did.
Bridge
Yes,
project.
Yes.
Okay, so that wasn't going under.
No, that was a bridge superstructure where the MaxCell was deployed in the conduit underneath.
And of course, that's relevant. It's not just all buried conduit. It's conduit that
They got to get
has to go through structures
either
as
over
well.
or under that river, somehow. So,
Over under to get through. Yeah. So if we look into the future, is there anything that you can add in terms of company plans for products or services, or any new technologies that we should be aware of?
What we try to do, Alan, is keep our ear to the ground, listen to our customers, listen to the industry leaders, and try to be ready for the next product innovation. That's kind of where we're at right now.
Yes, yeah. Well, you've got a lot of new products there to me anyway that agencies need to be exposed to and learn how they can best use it and why they're important to you.
And that's why we're here.
And that's why you're here at the World Congress to do that. Well, anything else to add?
No, I really appreciate the opportunity to be on the Transportation Channel.
Thank you very, very much. And I don't think it's not often we get a chance to have an in-depth discussion like this on one particular aspect that's so important to the overall web of the infrastructure for an agency.
Yeah. It's more about its uniqueness.
Yes.
It's fun to have a product to sell that somebody hasn't heard about before.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it.
And of course,
enjoyable.
a lot of these things you have to deal with are buried and the public just not aware of it,
Yeah, it is a little out of sight, out of mind, but I don't mind that.
That's excellent. Okay, well, I wish you lots of success.
Thank you.
And MaxCell in the future is very important for all of us all over the country and actually worldwide to have these communications facilities operating at maximum availability. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Alan.
Okay, that's a wrap from the ITS World Congress. Thanks for tuning into the Transportation Channel podcast, where the future of mobility comes to life. Catch more conversations, stories, and innovations such as these from MaxCell at thetransportationchannel.com.
Live from ITS World Congress, this has been the Future of Mobility podcast series. For podcast membership information or to explore partnership opportunities, contact partnerships@thetransportationchannel.com.